All right, so it looks like we are all good to go. Thank you so much for being here today. Today we're going to have a fairly basic webinar. It is a good one though. Today we're going to focus specifically on creating IDX landing pages for golf course communities. Now you're going to see how to do this obviously for golf course communities specifically, but this also will apply the same process for creating basically any landing page within IDX Broker. So it's going to be a good one. Today you'll notice how to do it for golf courses, but kind of keep this process in mind, get used to it, practice it, and it'll teach you how to create landing pages for any criteria from your MLS. So just some basics here real quick. My name is Micah. I work in the sales department here at IDX Broker. Basically what I'm going to do today is use a demo account that we have set up. This will be connected to dummy MLS data. I believe it actually has 4 different MLSs on there, but we're going to focus on one specifically today that has some good golf course search fields that we're going to be able to use. So today here I'm going to go over to the dashboard. You'll see this is obviously your home dashboard for your account with IDX Broker, where you're creating widgets, setting lead registration preferences. You guys are familiar with this. You'll see this in basically all of our webinars. So specifically, we're going to go over here to designs and then pages. And then you'll notice if you ever have a question about what search fields your MLS offers, this is where you're going to be able to find that list. So if I click on designs and then pages and go down here to the advanced search row, if I could come all the way over here to the right, you'll see fields. This account is connected to 5 different MLS feeds. So today we're going to focus on the Fort Lauderdale MLS because they have some good golf course information there. But obviously these search fields are going to vary depending on which MLS you're using. So once I click on that MLS and click View Settings, you'll see the fields that I'm currently using over here on the left 2 columns, left side and right side. So these are all the ones that I have activated. Now obviously this MLS, and probably yours as well, is going to offer more fields. So you'll be able to see available fields here on the right. There's 107 for this Fort Lauderdale MLS. So I can really get into some fine-grained details over here about fields I want to display on my site, and also the fields that I would like to use here in the back end to create saved links or predefined searches. So there's some acreage, obviously, interior features, external features, location information, so in financial details. So again, these fields are going to vary depending on your MLS, but it's really a great way to kind of get into some really fine-grained detail and make it easier for people to find what they're looking for. And that is the whole purpose of saved links is, number one, it makes it look like you have more information saved on your site. So you have saved searches for communities and subdivisions, homes on a golf course, homes with a pool, gated communities, all of that content. And then of course they do help your SEO credit as well, obviously, and you'll see an example of that here towards the end. So I notice here in the Fort Lauderdale MLS fields, one that I want to use today is going to be here in the location information, subdivision information. And it looks like that's not currently enabled. So I'm going to go ahead and add that one, and you'll see it come up here on the right side. And the reason I wanted to use this one today is because you'll see golf course communities here. So after I've added all of the fields I would like to use, then I want to go ahead and save my property type layout, and you'll notice it says up here on the right hand side, saved. And then to go back and start the process of building a landing page, we're going to go back up here to the top, click on Preferences, Saved Links, and then Create. Okay, so you'll notice right off the bat, it is asking me to pick a search page I would like to use. Now, when you're getting into this much detail for golf course communities or gated communities, different price ranges, all of that content, then you're going to want to use the advanced search, obviously, those pages and those fields where we just were. So since this account has multiple MLS feeds, you're going to see the options come up here at the top. So we're going to be using the Fort Lauderdale MLS. So as soon as I select that, it'll change those fields down below to the same fields that you just saw in the advanced search page. It does have price over here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. It auto-populated with that in there. But you'll notice, again, this is really a great way to kind of narrow down your options and just make it easy for people to find. Today is focusing on golf course homes. I just added the field subdivision information to this options page. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and select golf course community. Now, I could go ahead and leave it just as golf course community and create this save link right now. It's going to give me obviously every property that's associated with that particular search field in this MLS. But I also have the option of narrowing it down even further. If I am looking for a home on your site and I have a specific golf course or two in mind, why not make it easier for me to find those properties just by clicking on that specific course? So you'll notice development name, subdivision name. The one that I wanted to use today specifically was going to be Boca Woods Country Club. So let's go find that one real quick. So Boca Woods Country Club, I have selected. Golf course community I have selected. I can narrow it down further if I'd like, using the price fields, short sales, waterfront, year built, all of that. Now once I've selected the criteria I would like to use, then I can go over here to the right and click view results in a new window, and it'll go ahead and open up my results for me. Not a whole lot of properties on this particular course. It looks like just 2. But this gives you guys a good visual of your options and what you can do. Now I always recommend clicking that view results in a new window because it'll make sure when you guys get that visual that your wrapper is all good to go. Make sure there's nothing wrong with it. And again, if you ever did have questions about that or looks like your wrapper wasn't working properly, then give our support team a call and we're always happy to help you out. But definitely view those results so you can make sure that all your criteria was selected properly. If you have a particular property in mind, this is a good way to make sure it's going to be included in those results before you actually go through the process of adding that results page or landing page to your site. Okay, so we're all good to go there with that preview. Go ahead and get back out of that. It will save your search fields over here so you don't have to reselect those. That's why it opens it up in a new tab. So once I've gone ahead and created that, I'm going to go down here and click Next Step. And this is where it's going to give me some options for naming the landing page. And then also I have some SEO options on this page as well. So let's see. This particular page was going to be Boca Woods properties. So just for today, we'll go ahead and call it Boca Woods Real Estate. You'll notice it will generate the link URL for me automatically right down here below where I type the page title. You also have the option of adding some meta tags and descriptions and meta tags keywords. Now, this is a good opportunity to just kind of add your own personal description, your own keyword description, help drive some more traffic to your site using those descriptions and keywords. You know, you've got your link display, obviously, is going to be Boca Woods Real Estate, and then your link description if you'd like to write one. The subheader section down below is going to be a pretty good opportunity for you guys to really add some custom content to this particular page. You know, you can add a lot of different things to this. You can include a video. You can write a custom description about the local area. You can hyperlink from this section. So if you have a different website or a different website description that you really like about this particular community golf course, then you can go ahead and hyperlink out of this subheader. And you can also even create a YouTube video and add it to that. So, and then further down towards the very bottom, you'll see agent assignment. If you have a office account with IDX Broker and you're creating this landing page, somebody who really specializes in this particular golf course area, then all the lead capture that comes off of this page will go to the agent that I choose for this agent assignment. If you go ahead and leave that blank, it'll just go ahead and revert back to your lead routing preferences that you already have selected on your account. Okay, so save and create another link, save and manage links. I'm going to go ahead and save and manage this link. You'll notice it takes me to the list of all of the saved links I've created in this demo account. Right up here at the top, the most recent one is Boca Woods Real Estate. And then further over on the right, I've got some more options where I can customize the wrapper, I can preview the link, edit search criteria, edit the preferences, and then go ahead and clean up some previous saved links if this list gets a little bit long. Again, we can preview that link right there. It'll open it up in another tab, and we're all good to go. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to show you guys, and another way to create a saved link or landing page is going to be by creating a widget. If I come back over here to my dashboard and click on Designs and then Widgets, I'm going to go Create, and then it's going to ask me what type of widget I would like to build. Now, with our Platinum solution, you get a Polygon tool. So I understand, and obviously, this is probably pretty true for some MLSs where golf courses are not obvious, or there's not so many of them as there are in Fort Lauderdale, like I was using in that previous MLS. Maybe your MLS doesn't offer as many golf course search fields automatically, so you're kind of at a loss for what to do, or you're kind of stuck. You want to create that golf course landing page, but it's not a criteria that's offered from your MLS. So what I can do is go ahead and select a type of widget. I'm going to go ahead and do a showcase. And then properties to feature, I can do a Polygon search. So with our Platinum solution, you get a Polygon tool. Now this is going to come up in Eugene by default because our MLS, our local MLS here in Eugene, is the first one on my account. That's fine. I'm familiar with this area, obviously, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw my polygon around a golf course here in Eugene. This is going to allow me to create my own custom search using that Polygon tool. And then I can call it whatever I would like. I can set a minimum price and a maximum price, bedroom, bathroom, and then I can sort those results as well. So once I've got my map up here, I can really zoom in pretty far. So Oakway Golf Course is going to be the one I'm going to use today. Now I can get in here pretty far and start using my Polygon tool. So I can either draw a custom shape or I can use a circle to draw my shape. But today I really want to focus on a custom shape. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw my shape around the Oakway Golf Course. And we'll see how many properties this brings up. And once I've completed that, I can go down here, select which MLS I'd like to use. Obviously today we're going to be using our MLS and drawing this polygon in Eugene. Minimum price, I'm not going to worry about that. Bedrooms, we can go ahead and sort most expensive to least. Actually, you know what, let's go ahead and do newest. A lot of the times that I've seen people kind of leave that most expensive to least. It's good to change that up every once in a while because not everybody's obviously going to be able to afford that most expensive house. People want to see the newest listings on the market. So this widget name is going to be Oakway Golf Course, Polygon, just for the sake of it so you guys can see it in there. Okay, and then we can go ahead and build that widget. And once I built that widget, I can preview it here by clicking this button. It's going to do the same thing. It'll open it up for me in a new tab. So it looks like there are 3 different properties that match that widget criteria in that polygon shape that I drew. This is a really good way, again, for you guys to create that golf course landing page even if your MLS does not offer it. Now, again, you do need to have our Platinum solution to use that Polygon tool, but you can really do as many custom searches as you would like using that tool, so it's a really good option. You'll notice here it generated a widget code for you. So the integration is going to kind of vary a little bit depending on what you're using for your site. If you're using WordPress, then it will go ahead and pull over that widget that we just built automatically via the API. So you'll create that, and then you can go ahead and use that WordPress plugin to do that integration and get these widgets into your actual WordPress dashboard. If you're not using WordPress, you simply just go ahead, copy and paste this widget code for you where you want it to display on your site. So This was a pretty short webinar. I did want to show you guys an actual live client example who has created some golf course landing pages. So we've got another tab open here. This is just one I happened to come across earlier today. This is a client in Arizona, but you'll notice here, this is their homepage. If I scroll down, well, they've actually got real estate search up here. You'll see in their drop down, they have North Scottsdale golf communities, and then DC Ranch, Desert Highlands. So they've got them up here in the menu. And then also, if I scroll down, they've got them saved down here with images as well, which this is, I think this looks really good. This is so easy for me to come to this site and find properties in the DC Ranch golf course community that I would like to find. So once I click on, let's do Desert Highlands, for example, it's going to take me to all of those properties associated with the Desert Highlands golf course area. And then you'll notice up here, they also have their custom subdomain set, search.propertiesofsilverleaf.com. If they had not set that yet, it would say IDX Broker in that URL. Set up that custom subdomain. It could be search. It could be homes. Listings, whatever you guys like. That way you're going to get SEO credit for those pages. If you have any questions about that, feel free to give our support team a call, and we're always happy to help you out. Now, I mentioned SEO when it comes to these landing pages for golf courses for different price ranges, communities. I did want to show you guys a quick example too when it comes to golf course specifically. I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab here. And when it comes to Google, I'm just going to go ahead and search. So this will give you guys some quick proof about how these landing pages and SEO as a whole using IDX Broker can improve your SEO credit. Now, obviously, it takes time to get up to this position, but you'll notice here, Oakway Golf Course Real Estate. That's the Polygon link, same area that I just created in the demo account, but this is an actual live client of ours who's done the same thing. You can see he's up here at the top ranking above some of these national sites. So if I'm going to go ahead and click on this page, you'll notice it'll take you actually over to an IDX Broker landing page for Oakway Golf Course homes. You'll notice it's the same properties that were in my results. So that's just kind of give you guys some quick proof, a quick example of how these landing pages can affect your SEO credit. Create as much of those as you possibly can. Really get into some of that fine-grained detail from your MLS, and you can see your different options and see how that helps you out. So that was a pretty quick example for you today. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to email us, info@idxbroker.com. You can check out our future webinars at that address below. We do webinars on a weekly basis, so we're always trying to get fresh new material for you out there for you guys. Things are always constantly changing, so we like to keep up, make sure you guys are staying up and with it. So check that out, and then also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube channel. You just saw that. There's also the link to it right there. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. We're always happy to help you out. And thanks for being here today, and you guys have a great day.